Hey everyone, it's me. I want to start out by saying Happy Halloween. It is, I can't even believe that it's already Halloween. If you went trick or treating, make sure to have your parents check that candy, every piece. Parents, remember to check that candy. I know I found a few pieces that were unwrapped, probably by accident but you'd rather be safe than sorry. You definitely heard some stories out there, so make sure to do that. Anyway, so I hope everybody had a happy and safe Halloween today. It's scary because that means Thanksgiving and then Christmas, guys. That's just blowing my mind. Anyway, so my kids don't go trick-or-treating anymore. They have decided years ago they were too young, not too young, too old to go trick-or-treating, which is fine. So we don't, sometimes I put like a buffet of candies and stuff out. Sometimes I just get them a little treat. This year, they each got one thing of candy. Nobody in this house really needs all that. So, then sometimes I watch scary movies, and that's definitely my thing. I love scary movies. It does not have to be Halloween for me to watch them. But at this point, I feel like my life has turned into a scary movie. So I did wear my orange shirt today. Sorry, I just spilled soup on myself, so I had to clean that up. And I do have my Halloween pants on. So I did that. I used to decorate when my kids were little. We would put lights out and, really go all out like I do with Christmas. But since they've been older, I stopped decorating for pretty much all holidays except for Christmas. I just don't have it in me anymore. But yeah, so, anyway, so let's see. Today, has been pretty quiet. My son and I hung out together. He had his school physical. Finally, he had to get a shot, which he was not happy about. My mom did make it to her new place. She, if you know anything about dementia, when patients are moved, they get more confused. She was very nervous, but scared. She was scared and nervous about moving. But then she was kind of excited, I think, especially where I told her it was. So anyways, which I think I said yesterday's video. So I did talk to her this morning before they moved her. She is not so far liking the new place. She's very confused that now, it used to be at the hospital, she thought she was in a school. Now she thinks she's in a hotel. And so she doesn't have any clues because the first place she was at sent her to the hospital, which then sent her to the special hospital she ended up in, which then you can't, they can have clothes, but, and I had sent her clothes. I don't know what happened to them. In these facilities, they get lost and removed, and so I did take her some clothes when I went to visit. I actually took 4 pairs of pants, 3 shirts, and they didn't apparently get to her, or I don't know where they ended up. And so she went to this new place again without clothes or anything. So tonight, I don't know if somebody had given her a nightgown to put on. Apparently she thinks it's too small for her. And so she told me that she snuck into someone's room and stole their little girl's nightgown and put it on. And so they were going to be really upset that she stole the little girl's nightgown. She also was talking about steps. She was saying that one of the ladies was yelling at her all evening. Anytime she had a question, that this lady would yell at her, which I don't appreciate, obviously. And so, I don't want to say it's not true. I don't know if my mom can't hear very well. She did have hearing aids, but she ended up losing one, and so she never wore them again, basically. And so, I don't know if the lady's yelling for my mom to hear or if she's yelling because she's stressed out. And if that's the case, she needs to leave work for the night. Obviously. My mom was telling me she has, like, I don't know, she has roommates. Because she thinks little kids are there again, too. Because she thinks she's in a hotel. So she has roommates, and she's like, yeah, there's, like, men and women, and I don't think they would put men and women in the same room, so I hope not. You know, because things can happen in a nursing home, believe me. And so, men and women and kids, and, like, she had a bunch of roommates. Anyway, I said, well, are you guys separated? Like, do you have curtains between you two guys or walls? Because I've never, the nursing homes I have seen where someone has, like, one roommate, I didn't even know they had rooms, like, they could put 2 or 3. They would have, like, a pulled curtain, at least, which can be annoying either way. And my mom's like, no, I had to take my clothes off in front of everybody, and they saw my flat boobs or something like that. And she's like, then I saw this lady's big boobs, and it was so funny. I try not to laugh, of course. And I'm like, it'd be nice to have a little privacy for these people. I mean, I think everybody deserves privacy. So as of right now, then she kept saying, I don't want to lose touch with you. Please don't let me lose touch with you. She's so scared of that because apparently she's like, I don't want it to be in like 5 to 7 years that I lose touch with you. And so she said something later that basically she thinks that she and I have lost touch with each other for years, apparently. Because I said something and she's like, yeah, we lost touch for a little bit. So I'm not sure who she thinks I am, because we've never, ever, ever, ever lost touch with each other, she and I. So that was really interesting. Of course, like I said, when people get moved, and that's why I didn't really want to keep moving her. I didn't want her moved. Was that not only do they get moved and their dementia gets worse usually, it's like someone with autism, and like my son has autism, and we've never had structure, but a lot of autistic kids need that structure. They need to know what's about to happen and what's gonna happen, and it has to stay the same. And I think people with dementia and probably other things need that structure. They every time you move them, they get worse and worse. And that's what's breaking my heart, is because, like, tonight, she's just definitely, worse. Now, when she moved there today, she seemed okay when I talked to her. But then you get, everywhere you go, there's a new doctor who's now in charge of your medicine, which then they're like, oh, I want to take her off this and put her on this. And so then they're trying to switch medicines around instead of using what's working. Like right now, what's working is what they came up with at the hospital she was in. I hope that they don't try to switch that. And basically, I was told that again, we can maybe move her closer to me after some time. If she, I don't want to say behaves, because that sounds like she's a little girl who's like getting into mischief and exploring the world, but if she's not hitting or things like that, I think, or throwing things. So for tonight, she's pretty distraught, so we'll see. But again, I can understand when she's moved, and she even said, "I wish I could have stayed the place I was at." And I would have. I mean, I preferred her to stay there at the hospital, honestly, because um, I think even though she didn't realize it, I'm sure she got good care. Um, and she's farther away from me now than she was, so obviously I would have liked her to stay at least at that place. So I will see how she does. I guess if not, she goes back to the hospital. I'm not sure. Talk to you guys later. Bye.